Social media. We talk about it all the time. We talk about how important it is. Facebook comes up all the time. I found an article about people goofing off in the workplace and what sites they look at when they're in the workplace. It's by Chris Morris. It was on CNBC. According to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation, people typically spend, during the workday, how often do you think, how much time on social media during the workday do people spend on average?
3 hours.
45 minutes.
4 hours.
Maybe an hour.
Yes, I do.
All right, interesting.
20 minutes to 45 minutes.
Ifrit wins the award, 1 hour. They're working for 8 hours. They're spending 1 hour on social media. Millennials. You think they're spending more or less?
More.
More.
How much more?
Twice as much. More.
Twice as much. I like that. Very good. 1.8 hours, almost 2 hours on social media while they're at work. This isn't after work. This isn't before work. This is during work. They also found that out, shopping surges as peaks between 2 and 6 in the afternoon. Right? And how they track a lot of this is there's a tracking company called IntelliAd, and what they do is they look at devices. So they look at during 2 to 6, it appears that 2/3 of the traffic is coming from laptops and desktops. Right? And then after 6, 50% of it's coming from handheld devices and tablets and smartphones. So they're watching you. You're not getting away with it. So my thought is that if people are spending an hour a day during work on social media, you gotta have a good presence there. You gotta at least have a hook in the water. You gotta at least have something with some kind of site, something that's going to draw them, that's going to attract them, that's going to get you business, or at least presence. Millennials, 1.8 hours during the workday. And this is the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation. So I'm not just making this up. Now, if we want to go into what websites are the top 10, let's do that. I for my notes, just put the ones that are most pertinent to us. So number 10 of sites that people are spending time on during the workday, Zillow. Okay? Zillow, Alexia, which is a ranking system of websites that are the most popular sites, Zillow's ranked 141 out of all the sites available, which if you think how many sites are out there, that's huge. But the people who use Zillow, the average daily user spends almost 8 minutes. 7 minutes, 55 seconds a day as they hunt for new homes and try to find out about nearby homes for sale. So you have people that are looking for homes are spending 8 minutes basically on Zillow a day during the workday. Now, we've talked about Zillow. It's important that you have your sales up. It's important you have a lot of recommendations or referrals or testimonials, however you want to call it, because you're being compared to 2 other agents when you buy a zip code with them. So if the 2 other agents have 30 sales each and 40 testimonials each, they're probably not going to call you if you have 1 sale and 1 referral. It's kind of like when you go shopping on Amazon. I go shopping on Amazon for a pair of jeans, and I see the jeans I want for $99, and that person has 3 recommendations or referrals, and then I see that same pair of jeans that I want at a more typical price of $120, and that person has 1,000 positive reviews. I'm spending the extra $21. because I want to make sure I get what I get and not have to hassle. People are doing the same thing on Zillow. So get your testimonials up, have people write, your past clients, people you've worked with, write reviews for you. We're going to have a endorsement party probably towards the end of August. I'll send out some information on that, and that'll help you get these recommendations and referrals. So you can spend money on these zip codes and get people that are looking. You know, we have agents that buy zip codes that make a lot of money, a lot of transactions, a lot of leads from Zillow. Number 9, Pinterest. You know Pinterest? Pinboard? Hey, Sam. Well, these are where people have collections of things, in essence, right? Pictures of certain hobbies or crafts or arts that they do. Well, maybe you have a deep affection for Spanish-style homes, right? And you could put up all these different, you know, homes for sales or ideas or different, something to do with housing on Pinterest. People, today the site has more than 100 million monthly active users worldwide, and the average fan's on there for 6 minutes and 23 seconds. Maybe you could have something on Pinterest that's of your interest. Maybe you have a hobby. We talk about hobbies a lot. Well, take your hobby and put it online, make it interesting, maybe have a little hook to housing to get yourself more exposure. Number 7, Twitter.
What about number 8?
Huh? I'm just, well, number 8, I'm not sure what it was,
Oh.
but it probably didn't really have a direct pertainment to us.
Oh, okay.
And since I know your time is valuable,
Whatever.
Twitter's number 7, right? People spend a lot of time reading 140 characters at a time, right? Do you have a Twitter account?
What I mean?
There is every shape, size, scenario, situation possible happening on Twitter, on any of these things. There's people that are unscrupulous, and there's great people.
Mm-hmm.
When you say these people have nothing to do with real estate, I don't know. Maybe they're going to buy a house one day. The other thing too is there. You know, on Facebook you can buy friends.
Yeah.
So you can literally go and buy people. They're almost like dummy people. I'm not calling them dumb, but phony profiles that make it look like you have a lot of friends. And so there's also, let's just take a layer of the veneer off for a second. You know, I know models that have huge followers on Instagram, on Facebook, and what they do is they're, you know, as the world sees, you know, a classically beautiful woman or sexy, and they're selling jewelry, basically. So they'll say, oh, my new watch from here, sexy picture. And what they're doing is getting followers, which is building their rank, which then becomes a business for them. Start selling advertising space. You start, you know, and that's where the world is going. So yes, there's all different scenarios that you can have on Twitter. The other thing is, number 2, YouTube. Are you making videos? Are you showing, hey, look, this beautiful new Spanish 2-bedroom, 1-bath home in Santa Monica for only $1.1 million. This is going to go fast. Come see it. Are you sending that out to your clients that are interested? Are you making little videos? Are you posting videos on YouTube? Do you have a channel on YouTube? Because people are spending, daily time spent on YouTube, 23 minutes. Poking around looking at videos. Okay, so let me read this actually. YouTube is enticing at all hours of the day. Once people start watching a video, they tend to stay with it. As a result, Alexa puts time spent on there more than 23 minutes. If you have interesting content and you hook them, they're going to read through it. I'm starting to build content with these meetings. These are going to be posted on YouTube. I don't know what I'll do with them. I don't know where they'll go. Maybe someday I want to teach a class. They might be support. I don't know, if you're spending a lot of time on something, keep that work, because you never know what you might need it for, or what you want to use it for. And number 1, the world's biggest social media site, one of the biggest time sucks, they call it?
Facebook.
Yeah, it's Facebook. Average person is on there 19 minutes and 16 seconds a day. I don't know if you've seen Facebook ads and how you can manipulate ads that you target your age, how range from where you live. They are so specific to users on Facebook. It is an incredible marketing tool. Now, you need to have a Facebook set up, whether you do a personal site where you're 90% personal, 10% business, you sprinkle it in, or whether you have a business site and then you try to get your likes and your people over to your business site. However you want to set that up, you need to have a Facebook presence. Because most people do, and especially millennials. They love it. But I just want you to be aware of the type of things that are available to you. We talked about getting systems in place. This is one way where you can have your Facebook posts go up automatically for you, like the things that Rachel had mentioned. This is all done systematically. It's going to cost you, depending on who you use. Yeah.
I pay $37 a month, and they post on Twitter and Facebook every day, 2-3 times.
Right.
And I don't have to. I don't even know what they post. It's only real estate related.
Yeah.
But
So
they
there's
do the job.
services between like $35 and $150, depending on what you want.